Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping the news tonight, hefty fines will soon be levied against utility companies who don't comply with new amendments to the Road Act. The legislation passed in the House of Assembly today addresses a myriad of challenges, including roads which are left unrepaired after utilities works. Jimenita Swain has the story.
Dug-up roads is a frequent complaint of motorists here in the capital that will soon be corrected. That declaration made by the Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, as amendments to the Road Act were passed in the House of Assembly Wednesday. He specified utility operators for electricity, water, telephones, and sewer lines who in many instances dig up the roads while trenching but fail to return the road surfaces to standard conditions. Minister Bannister pointed out that this results in the creation of potholes that oftentimes leads to Ministry of Works officials covering the expenses for damaged vehicles or even injuries.
Utilities have by and large been too lax in restoring roads properly. This amendment will bite them in the pocketbook if they are lax and will ensure that they pay attention to the safety needs of road users.
He explains that poor trench reinstatement practices by operators will incur a fine.
Anyone who excavates a road without permission or does not restore a road properly, and we do that by increasing the fine for those offenses from $75 to $10,000. The person will also be liable to additional penalties that may be imposed by the minister.
Minister Bannister says roads must be immediately repaired by utility companies and the fines extend to the Family Islands as well.
Unless you have permission in writing from me, by Desmond Bannister, the minister, now, and subject to any conditions that I may impose, you can find yourself in breach of the law. The current law says 20 yards. That 20 yards has been changed to 100 feet. For the unlawful excavation that I saw recently in H.O.A, and I was really disappointed with what I saw, and that caused the several challenges that we had in Eleuthera, will now face a fine $10,000 instead of $75.
But that's not the only area of concern covered in the amendment.
That's that anyone who, except with the minister's consent, closes, damages, deviates, disturbs, obstructs, erects any structure that projects over the road or in any way encroaches or causes any nuisance upon a public road will be guilty of an offense and liable to a penalty of $10,000. And for every day that the offense continues, they will face an additional fine of $5,000.
As for anyone who feels the fines are excessive, Bannister says each year his ministry spends millions of dollars for road repairs, and the fines will hopefully deter those entities or persons who disturb the road surfaces and do not restore them to acceptable standards. While he hopes no one has to pay that $10,000 fine, Bannister says safer roads are important for everyone. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.